So, Women's Elite Rugby. I kind of like that name, Women's Elite Rugby. It's it sounds really cool and it's straight to the point. And one thing I'm glad about is that it's not called the WMLR, where the women's teams will have similar names from their men's teams. Yeah, I've always believed that women's sport should be its own thing rather than being carried on the back of a men's league. But I'm here to review the team names. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, firstly, Bay Breakers. Yeah, I like this logo as the waves that are coming out of it jumps out at you immediately. And another thing I like is that the word breakers is in big, bold text, as that's the word that jumps out at you first. Another feature is that it's blue, because obviously the ocean is blue, or so we know it anyway. So that's one of my favorite key features of this logo. Like, tell me, what else do you like about this logo? One thing for me, the trident. I don't know why, but the trident kind of reminds me of a franchise cricket side. Is it like kind of reminds me of Barbados Royals of the Caribbean Premier League T20? I don't know. That's what I'm getting from this logo. But what's your favorite thing about this logo? Boston Banshees. Now, this logo looks rather intimidating, don't you think? No, but I guess that works in their favor, as they can use it to potentially intimidate the opposition, or they could use it to stoke fear into the opposition if they like. Another thing I like about this logo is that it may look off-putting, but I guess that's the point of it, like, to scare the opposition, maybe. What do you like about this logo? What do you not like about this logo? Comment down your thoughts in the comment section. I don't think I can say anything else about this logo other than it looks intimidating, but what do you think? Right. Chicago Tempest. Now, Chicago is often known as the Windy City, given its hostile weather from time to time. Like, I've never been to Chicago, but from what I've been told, the weather up in Chicago can be a bit uninviting from time to time. So, this logo illustrates what Chicago is all about. Like, I don't think there's too much wrong with this logo. Another thing I like is that its bright color looks inviting for fans. Like, I believe this is probably one of the best ones so far. Like, but what do you think? What do you like about this logo? What do you not like? Again, let me know your thoughts. Denver Onyx. I like this logo. Like, it looks like something. It looks like big, bold, mighty, and this illustrates what Denver is all about, or at least according to the WER website. Anyway, yeah, I like this logo. As I've said with the other logos, it's big and bold, jumps out at you. Like, I don't think I have too much to criticize about this logo. Yeah, nothing much to criticize, really. I like that it illustrates what Denver is all about with its rich mining history. But what do you think about this logo? New York Exiles. Now, one thing that jumps out at me immediately is its teal color. Now, we've seen many other teams from New York, such as New York Gotham from the NWSL and from the WNBA even. The New York Liberty. Nearly forgot their name then. But I like that New York Exiles carries over this teal characterization. I mean, we don't see many ties from New York have the teal color. Like we've always seen that in so few New York teams, like the New York Sirens of the PWHL carry this teal color as well. Until, as we all know, is the color of a Statue of Liberty. So that's one of my favorite key features. Also, another thing is that it's called the Exiles, which is characterized by their theme. As if you look on the WER website, it'll tell you all about the teams, including New York Exiles, in here. So again, I can't really complain too much about this. This is one of my favorite logos, but what's your favorite thus far? TC Gemini. Now, this is an interesting one, as I wasn't sure what snakes had to do with Twin Cities or Minneapolis at all. But upon looking on the WER website, it says that the snakes are there so as to mimic the way the Mississippi, if you can get that word correctly, Mississippi waves meander through Minneapolis. Yeah, I also like the color as well, because as you know, we usually associate snakes with the color green, or vice versa, I don't know. But I like that it's big, bold, and the shape of the crest too is also great. But for me, not too much I can criticize on that. But what are your thoughts? I know I said I'm not going to criticize the logos too much, but for me, it looks like AI made them. Like, it looks like, for me, it looks too cartoony. Like, you know what I mean? It just looks like a bit of a gimmick. It looks too gimmicky for me. Like, it looks like something you would have seen, like, not 10 years ago, but maybe 15, 20 years ago. Like, it kind of reminds me of, I haven't know if you've seen the XFL logos from 2001. That's what they remind me of. Like, it looks a bit too much, don't you think? Like, for me, sports logos should be less detailed. And for me, the logos here look to have too much detail. Like, if you look at the Northern Super League logos, which is another women's league scheduled to start this year, like, look at the logos. It's not doing too much. Maybe Halifax Tides might be doing a bit much, but for me, I think with some of these logos in the women's Elite Rugby, they're doing a bit too much for me. Like, less is more, but that's what I think. But hey, there's my logo review now. But I'd like to know your thoughts. Which is your favourite logo? Which is your least favourite logo? Which one do you like? Which one do you not like? And I'd like to hear your thoughts. One thing I like about US women's leagues is that each team has their own name rather than their name being derived from a men's league. Like, I like that's what's being continued here. Like, because as you've seen in the Premier Women's Rugby in England, like most of the team names are from the men's league. Well, with the exception of Loughborough Lightning, I guess. But tell me, sports fans, do you prefer women's teams to have their own names, or would you rather women's teams have names from the men's league, as we see in England and across Europe? Well, not just in Europe, we see that in Australia as well. But hey, let me know what you think on that. Oh, and one more thing. I was meant to do, well, I wasn't meant to. I was going to do a video on the Women's Six Nations, but I saw this news come in, so I thought I'll hold it off to another week. So, yeah.